Elon Musk is a virulent racist.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's a huge racist, and he's always been mad about the ending of apartheid in South Africa, and it's very clear, as we've talked about with his grandfather on the episode about race, Elon Musk's racist grandfather, virulent racist, who raised his mom, who, in the divorce, Elon went with his mom.
Yep.
And his mom is a giant psycho racist. Elon is close with her. This has always been there. He pretended to have liberal leanings. He pretended to care about diversity. He pretended to care about LGBTQ and all this other different stuff.
Yeah.
Until he got to a point where he's like, cool, I don't have to fake it anymore.
Yeah.
And then the guy we've been getting, that is the real Elon.
Yeah.
That is always all these other
people.
people.
He keeps denying it, and this is the thing. I know we've talked about this before, but it frustrates me to no end. Is like when he threw up that Roman salute, they all called it.
Yeah.
Like, just if that's how you think, if that's the horrible person you are, just be it at this point. Why do they keep trying to dog whistle?
Yeah.
I don't understand what the point of dog whistling is at this moment in time.
Because Elon's also a coward. He's a nerdy coward who has no true confidence. All of his confidence is fake. And that same thing goes through all these other different guys who are in this entire circle of them. Is like none of them are confident enough to be a full-on open virulent Nazi. And also, when they look at those guys, they don't want those guys on their side.
Yeah.
They want to do Nazi shit without actually having to go to the rally.
Yeah.
They want to have Nazi policies.
They want to have Nazi haircuts, Andrew.
Yeah, but they want to do all of that shit without having to pretend. Like, listen, the one thing Trump will do, Trump will bring Kid Rock on.
Yeah.
Trump will have a Trump rally. Have you ever noticed that Trump has never had a Kid Rock concert? You ever noticed that? Trump doesn't go to the fucking truck rallies. He has the truck rallies come to Trump.
Yeah.
And so he's trying to gild that fucking pile of shit and make those people feel like they are going to be blessed in this golden age.
Yeah.
Versus guys like Elon with his pipelines and all this other bullshit that he's been pulling. He has been desperately trying to figure out a way that he can still do his eugenics pipeline without ever actually having to be associated with the failures of the past and the lesser than people, because a lot of like Klans people, a lot of these fucking Nazis and especially internet Nazis, all this stuff, when you go see them, they're fucking losers.
Yeah.
They're losers who need desperately to blame everyone else for their fucking problems. Yeah. And so this pivot that he's been doing right now has been pretty fucking incredible. And because one, he's lying.
Yes.
And two, so many people are trying desperately to help him with this lie.
It's crazy.
So that way they can get another shot at his money.
Yeah.
Which is what. So let me play you the first one here.
Oh no, I have to watch a clip?
Yeah, you're going to have to watch a clip.
Gross.
Because, I want you to hear it.
I hate this Zoom call.
Oh, no. You're going to like this
Can I have
one.
my camera off during this?
You can have your camera. Your camera's off the entire time.
I know.
Your camera's never on. All right? So this is the first one for you. Ready?
Okay, ready.
I think in terms of political spending, I'm going to do a lot less in the future.
And why is that?
I think I've done enough.
So when he said, I think I've done enough, you can't hear it from the shitty laptop speakers. But this is him. He's doing a Zoom call into a massive conference. Yeah. So Elon's on a giant screen. Okay. And there's a person sitting on a stage in front of a massive theater full of people. When he said, I've done enough, the whole room laughed, babe. The whole room laughed.
Oh,
and the look on his face is a man who is like, for the first time, they said, remember when Elon went on stage with Dave Chappelle back in 2022?
Oh, yes.
They said that he was like, people had to talk him almost off a ledge. Because like that night is what broke him.
Yeah.
And it was one of the things they said. It's like he felt so fucking like humiliated by that. And that moment, like this is doubling down again, which is him being like, I've done enough. And it's like, well, yeah, of course you think that. You've gotten SpaceX contracts put into trade negotiations. You've used Doge to cut programs left and right because you were trying to hurt as many people that do not fit into your eugenics program as possible.
Yep.
You've destroyed, decimated, and gutted any federal agency that was currently doing investigations into the myriad of crimes that you, Elon Musk, and your companies have done to both the American federal taxpayer and to the American people.
Yep.
You have cut the EPA and other organizations so that way they won't investigate the fact that you are ruining Memphis with your Grok AI fucking server farms.
Yeah, their windows shake and they don't have clean water because
Yes,
of him.
they're destroying shit down there. You have carte blanche to do whatever the fuck you want. Of course you've done enough. It only cost you $250 million.
And he's not going to stop. He's just going to do it quietly so people don't get mad and blame him.
The difference is he thought he could be Caligula.
Wait, I have
or
to...
Nero.
Okay, stop.
Okay.
Real quick. You just showed me that video.
Yeah.
Of that weird man saying that. And I need to tell you, the first thing is I thought he looked like Zorg. Do you know who Zorg is?
From
Gary Oldman in The Fifth Element.
Oh, yeah. No, he is. Yeah, he's going for Zorg.
Look, Mr. Third, I'm going to need a Zorg picture of Gary Oldman from The Fifth
Zorg?
Element.
Yeah.
Added so people can see. I was like, oh, that's just Zorg talking.
Yes.
I've done enough.
You know what's funny, actually, with Zorg? You know, here's another billionaire.
Okay.
Who you may not have heard of. Do you know of Lucky Palmer?
No.
Okay. Yeah, Mr. Third just looked over. Lucky Palmer. Go ahead and look him up right now because he just did a 60 Minutes interview.
Okay.
Lucky Palmer invented, he was one of the people behind the Oculus Rift, which later became the Meta Oculus, which the VR headset.
Oh, the dust collectors.
Yes, the one that people bought and then set to the side because they realized they needed to have a Facebook account to use them. But he helped with that. But then you know what he did? He took that money and he immediately pivoted into making AI weapons. He's huge into drones and all these different things. But are you looking at a picture of him right now?
Yeah.
Okay, look at that chin thing.
Yeah, you know what?
That is
first picture I see of him, I'm like, oh, it's other version. Like, what's the other when you're in a different? Oh my God, my brain. He looks like Theo Von, but he looks like Theo Von if we were in an alternate universe.
Okay, no, I'm gonna say he looks like Theo Von if Theo Von didn't pretend to be stupid because Theo Von pretends to be stupid.
Yeah.
Theo Von. For those of you guys, but real quick, okay, we're gonna get back to Elon. Hold on. I just want to say one thing about Theo Von.
Class trader, liar, faker.
All that's true, yes. But also, Theo Von is actually incredibly intelligent, and he's playing a character that is dumb.
Yes.
Theo Von is Larry the Cable Guy for the Instagram generation. And when you think about Larry the Cable Guy is a character. Larry the Cable Guy actually is not even from the South. I think he's from the upper Midwest. That accent is fake. Everything about Larry the Cable Guy is fake. He was a stand-up comedian. I think actually he might be from New York. I'm not sure. Nebraska. But he was a New York comic who would get up and do classic Larry the Cable Guy, classic 80s style comedy for a very, very, very long time. And one day he did this character, Larry the Cable Guy. That's what got him tied in with Jeff Foxworthy. And he started literally putting on a costume.
Yeah.
Theo Von is from the South. He is from, I believe, Louisiana. And he has an actual accent. But the thing is about Theo Von is incredibly intelligent.
Yes.
I think last year alone, his tour brought in $50 million. That's just his tour. You can't be stupid and get that type of fucking money.
Yeah.
Everything that he's been doing has been calculated and timed. Okay? And every time he makes any sort of statement about anything, I just want to remind you guys with this image that Mr. Third is about to put up on the screen of Theo Von having brunch with the fucking Kushners.
The Kushners who want to build a holiday resort in Gaza?
Yes. That one.
I just looked at his wiki page. He went to the University of New Orleans, got his bachelor's degree in urban planning.
Yeah.
So
yeah, real idiot industry over there. Urban planning.
His mom went to Duke.
Yeah.
His mom went to Duke.
Okay, so that we hate him even more.
Yeah, this is
my mom went to University of North Carolina. Okay, now you tell me he has Duke ties?
Oh no.
No, but in general, with all these different guys, when it comes to that side of things,
Wait a minute. But Elon's pretending to be smart, but he's dumb.
Yes. Everybody's pretending to be the opposite of what they are.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Not you.
I know I need to fake something. I need to pretend. What do I pretend about?
Okay, so you can pretend that you're not a ginger. No, gingers are cool right now.
Yeah, we went through this last episode.
Oh, I'm sorry, redheaded persons.
Red velvet cupcake. Okay. All right. No, hold on. No, so Lucky Palmer.
Yes, that
which
guy.
is where we are.
Yep.
Okay. Because Lucky, yes, he has that Theo, because they both do the mullet thing.
Yeah.
He always, the whole thing with Lucky Palmer is he always wears a Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah.
And his reasoning for it is because he's trying to be the cool guy. Look at me, I'm not like the other billionaires. I'm chill. Oh yeah, no, whatever. But at the end of the day, he still only really gives a shit
Didn't
about
those
money.
tiki torture guys wear Hawaiian shirts?
The Bugaloo Boys.
Yes.
Bugaloo Boys were accelerationists who wanted to start Civil War II electric boogaloo. That's their whole thing. That's a different thing. Stop that. But no, his reasoning is the mullet, this stupid chin strap that he has.
Yeah.
And the reason why I bring it up is because Zorg has a stupid soul patch thing.
Yeah, soul patch.
But Zorg is also a weapons dealer.
Yes,
the
he is.
same as Lucky Palmer. Lucky Palmer is a big backer of Ukraine in the war against Russia. Because even though Lucky Palmer himself is MAGA and all these different things, because it's been a great testing ground for him to roll out AI weapons and to test them against a, quote, modern military.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
So, but also, doesn't Elon do weapons? Because isn't that like one of his things? with
Part
Stargate?
of the thing with Starlink.
Starlink.
Starlink has been
Stargate
used.
is a show.
Stargate is a show.
Got it.
Great show. Amazing show. I should watch Stargate.
Okay.
I should watch Stargate instead of my phone sometimes. I'd probably be better off.
Oh, you'd sleep so much better.
I would sleep so much
Yeah.
better. Anyway, stop it. You're getting me off.
Back to Zorg.
Look at me. Okay. So, Lucky Palmer,
Okay. Back to Lucky Palmer.
he just had a 60 Minutes interview where in that he keeps talking about, he's like, well, we got to build AI weapons. We have to build the Terminators from Terminator because someone else is just going to build them. And that's his whole reasoning and his logic that he and a lot of these different billionaires do. So to tie him with Elon rolls out Starlink, which is everywhere. And one of the big ways Starlink was displayed was again in the Ukrainian war. Was Ukraine was using Starlink on the front lines to be able to still do communications and to still be able to access the drones and Wi-Fi and all those other different things.
Yeah.
Using the internet programs.
Sure.
And so that was a part of it there. Now, the reason I'm bringing up Starlink, again, Elon's being like, I'm stepping back. The Starlink is in all of the contracts
Yeah.
and all of the trade talks.
Yeah.
But also, at the same time, the day that Elon was like, I am stepping back, I'm not going to do stuff about politics anymore.
I've done enough.
I've done enough. It's been me. I'm going to focus more on Tesla. I need Tesla because he needs Tesla stock to rise.
Yes.
The whole thing is Tesla stock needs to stay over a certain number because Elon Musk is actually a paper tiger billionaire for a lot of things.
Yeah, and they had a car sale at the White House.
Yeah, all those different things. All these weird moments that have happened with Elon. He has to keep popping a rating among his investors and keep people to keep it above a certain point because he's so leveraged on his stock. He's borrowed a lot of money against it to do things like buy Twitter, to do things like buy these different things. And so that way he can still show power in the market.
Okay.
The same day he was like, I'm not doing as much, that's when Trump stepped forward and said, oh, we're going to roll out a big, beautiful golden dome.
A dome?
A dome.
What are we doing a dome for?
So the Golden Dome is based on the Iron Dome.
Okay.
So the Iron Dome is a concept in Israel of a defensive rocket dome. So it's not actually building a huge shield over the country, but it's the idea that you're going to have these things that shoot rockets out of the sky.
Yeah.
Okay? So if somebody like Iran builds an ICBM or North Korea that has nuclear payload at it, they can shoot it at the United States and that we'll be able to catch a missile will catch the missile.
Yeah.
And they'll take it out.
Okay.
It's a concept that was rolled out back in the 1980s
Sure.
under a program called Star Wars by Ronald fucking Reagan.
Oh, fuck, I hate Ronald Reagan so much.
I know. But they're rolling it out again. But this time, under Trump, they're calling it Golden Dome.
He loves
because they
gold.
point to it. Because in Israel, when there's been rocket attacks, they have video of the rockets being shot down, a lot of times using American weapons.
Yeah.
However, in this case, because it would be ICBMs, which are intercontinental ballistic missiles, you would need to have a spacefaring level weapon.
Okay.
So who do we know that builds rockets that can go into space and who currently has satellites?
So what you're saying is right now Zorg and Goldfinger from the Austin Powers movie.
GoldenEye.
No, Austin Powers. I love gold.
Which one is that?
Whatever.
Goldfinger's James Bond.
Goldfinger's the real James Bond
Okay.
one. Now,
Goldmember.
Goldmember.
So Zorg and Goldmember right now are
Yeah.
coming up with an idea where they're going to have satellite missiles in space.
Yes.
That are going to be aimed at America.
Yeah.
Where Trump will have the button or Elon could have the button.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, well, if someone shoots at us, we'll shoot the missile. Or if there's a podcast we don't like, we could shoot a missile at it.
Yeah.
Because it's satellite.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? That all American citizens would then have satellites projected upon them from space?
It would be a giant sword of Damocles that hangs over the entire country.
Yeah.
At the low cost of $175 billion.
What?
Which
we
is
got that
why-
kind of money because we had to cut Medicaid.
Yeah, and which is why we also had to cut
The national parks and the library.
and the $4 billion of LIHEAP funding
Yeah,
for
LIHEAP funding.
seniors to not freeze to death in the winter.
Or to get overheated in the summer because they do also provide air conditioning for people that live in Arizona and the Southwest.
All these cuts are
Don't
all,
need those.
No,
I want missiles pointed at my house.
yeah, but all of these cuts are so then they can claim they have the money available to fund these other projects.
Yeah.
For
Evil
things-
projects.
For things that we've never actually needed. Because I want to point out something about the Star Wars project.
What's that?
Because I'm 41 years old. I just want to point something out. An intercontinental ballistic missile has never been shot at the United States. There's been one attack on the U.S. mainland that was scary enough to send us into war, and it was using American planes that we only shot out of the sky one of the four. 9/11.
I was going to make a joke that I forgot what it was.
Oh, okay,
But
gotcha.
it felt inappropriate.
I saw you making a face, and I was like, "Did you forget 9/11?" There was a moment.
I'm glad that you came through just my face, that
Yeah.
you knew what the joke was going to be.
Your face that no one can see.
I know.
And so it was just me. So now I'm insane, and then you made me say it. So thank you.
I know.
You evil monster.
I know.
No, but in all of these different cases, it would be much cheaper to just try to find a world of peace where we wouldn't be going to war.
Yeah.
But instead, all of these rich psychopaths who like building weapons of destruction have come together and had a conversation where, listen, we can all build our big toys. And also, these poor people can fucking die. And also, we can build towards the ultimate war that we've all been warned about from every form of science fiction possible because we will have GoldenEye level weapons
Because
pointed at the United States.
they read those books and were like, these bad guys really get it.
Yeah.
The rest of us were like, let's all avoid these specific bad guy behaviors. And they were like, no, I do want to become a giant worm of my father.
Yeah, I do want to become the worm from Dune. They all read the story of Leto, and they went, no, we all gotta be Dune. We're all gonna Dune.
I like how I never read that book, but
I know,
you've
but-
explained it to me enough where I understand that a son became a worm, and then he reigned terror for millennia or something.
Yes, that is how.
To
Yes.
teach people a lesson about voting better.
Yeah, it's 100%. Hey, you made it to the end of this clip from one of our full episodes. Do you want to see the whole episode? Go down to the show notes right here and go click on the link and you can watch the whole thing. Or are you looking for more Too Many Tabs content? If you haven't already liked and subscribed, check out this playlist right here. It has all of our episodes that we've uploaded to YouTube. Check us out. Too Many Tabs.
Pearlmania, Pearlmania.